Hello, lovely people. I hope you're having a good day. My name is Chitra, and you're listening to Hello Educator. Did you know that more water has been found on the moon? How exciting is that? This unambiguous detection has happened in certain regions of the moon, and today Obli Chandran is here to give us more information about this discovery.
Hi, Mango Science Radio listeners. Obli here. I've been missing making episodes for quite a few weeks. Here I am, back again to talk about a very interesting discovery made by NASA on October 26. They said that water has been found on the moon. Yes. Now, some of you may wonder, haven't we detected the water on the moon already, long back? Yes, that is true. The detection of water started way back in 1970s, 1976, where one of the probes, the samples returned or the samples analyzed showed about 0.1% of water present. So, and eventually in subsequent missions by various countries like NASA, you have Japan's JAXA. So all these had hints of having water. Finding water in the moon. And of course, Chandrayaan, our very own Chandrayaan 1 in 2009 reported the presence of water in the south polar region. Okay, so all this detection of water earlier had been in the polar regions, just like how we have on Earth North Pole and South Pole. We have Antarctica in the South Pole and Arctic in the North Pole. It's really cold regions, and also the less amount of sunlight falls on it. And similarly, on the moon we have the polar regions where there are places which never see sunlight. There are craters that will never see sunlight, through the year forever. They've been under permanently shadowed regions. They fall under the category called permanently shadowed regions on the moon. So those are the regions around that in the craters where the water had been detected. So of course it's all in the ice form. So the water they call them as the cold traps. Okay. So now what this particular discovery by NASA that was announced on October 26th was the water has been found on the sunlit surface of the moon, not in the permanently shadowed craters, but on the sunlit surface of the moon. Now this is more intriguing, and it's a really big discovery because, for example, let's say a bunch of astronauts go to the moon. They want to stay there for much longer to study the moon, unlike Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin, where they had to return back in a couple of days or probably a few hours. So let's say we have to stay there for weeks and months. So water would be a primary need. Or sometimes we could use a moon as a lunar like a station where before you go on to another planet, let's say you park or stay there to collect some resource, spend some time before you move on to the next planet. So in either case, water is an essential ingredient. So the early detection of water was in the permanently shadowed regions around the poles, making it extremely difficult to access them, or to get the water out of those craters is extremely difficult. But if you can access it easier, which is like if you can find water anywhere else, like on any sunlit part of the moon, then it's easier to access it. And also this discovery talks about or gives us a small hint that water might be more common than we had earlier thought. So we don't have to rely on, it's not like we have a very less amount of water. We have to be very, very conservative about it. How do we take the water out of the poles? Now it is more common than we thought. So this is the reason for the excitement around this particular discovery of water on the moon, which sets apart from the earlier detection of water. So now this we'll have to wait and see, because NASA is planning for mission to the moon, I think in 2023, where they're planning to send humans to study the surface of the moon, to detect water, or to study other kind of geological studies and other scientific studies. So I think this would also be part of their mission, where they will actually go and try to understand, what this water is, what is the form, what is the water, in which form is the water going to be found, how do we extract it. So I think this is going to be a really, really exciting thing when humans go out on the moon. And since it's not close to the poles, the astronauts don't have to walk really up north or down south to even search for the water. So we'll have to wait and watch how it turns out to be. But this has been a very exciting few weeks at NASA, and rightly so. So catch you again with another interesting piece of information or story about science. Until then, see you guys. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. To receive your daily dose of science stories, don't forget to subscribe to Mango Science Radio. We welcome stories from across the globe, so if you're a science enthusiast and would like to contribute to Mango Science Radio, please WhatsApp us at 99522 43541. Your feedback is valuable and keeps us motivated, so feel free to share your views in the form of an audio message on WhatsApp. Thank you so much for listening to Hello Educator. Remember to tune in for the next episode.